Greetings, my name's Luke Smith, and I'd like to buy your old Bojangles building turned Fazoli's building, now vacant building in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. I am sending this video along with an offer to purchase the building and proof of funds to be able to pay for it. And I am making this video to tell you more about myself and what I plan to do with the building. So I found this property on Crexy.com, and so here, pull this up in the background. I was talking to Graham about this property, and this is an interesting property because I've worked on the one couple doors over in the past was up for rent. It was up for sale not too long ago, and so I started looking at data and studying this area and looking at who could go here, who should work that building, and who should belong in that shop. And so I know the area quite well. I like the numbers in the area, and I'm a data guy. I like to study data. I like to study information. You can look back in my YouTube history for the last 10 years or something and see 1,000+ properties presented on YouTube doing different deals over time. I've bought and sold over 2,000 properties scattered across the country in lots of different ways. I've got hundreds of happy partners and colleagues leaving comments all across social media. You can find my tracks in the real estate market scattered all over the place. So I love to find those properties with data-driven decisions. I use a lot of data and information to look for properties and see what I'd like to do and how to figure them out. And somewhere along the way of buying vacant land, I found some high-traffic retail properties. I bought some high-traffic retail properties and figured out who goes there. And by finding the tenant and figuring out highest and best use for those properties, they were a lot of fun. They were some of my favorite deals, and I want to do more of those. So over the last couple of years, I've targeted more high traffic retail properties, focused on more high traffic retail properties and who goes there, who should use them, who's the best fit for those properties. And as it works, as it happens, the data is a lot better, it's the same data to do that for vacant land that it is for vacant buildings. And I think the vacant buildings can just go faster. And so I've been studying and working on vacant buildings the last couple of years as well. And so vacant buildings like yours here, this vacant building, I believe deserves a new tenant that can use it to its fullest and make it its most valuable. And so I'm looking at your building, and just down the street, the highway, coming off the highway department is adding a new road, a new exit off the highway. And if we take a look at this thing, it comes in, so you come off the highway, and this road is going up. It's under construction right now, and it hooks up to Curtis Bridge Road and goes in. But I believe the people will be able to turn just right around the corner and come to your former Fazoli's building. And I think that's going to improve the traffic in the area quite well. We got the Taco Bell, that's just off the screen up here, is doing some really nice numbers, and well, can't see it, but the Long John Silver's just over my head here we'll get into that. And so the Long John Silver's is coming along, but that Taco Bell, they just built and they set up automated system. They're doing some mad traffic through there. I was looking at the checkout numbers and how much people are running through the merchant accounts in that shop, and they're doing some really good numbers. And so I like what's happening at that Taco Bell. The Arby's did a facelift a couple of years ago, and they're doing some really good numbers in the Arby's. The Arby's just a couple doors down the street. As you go the other way up the street, Hardee's is doing some really good numbers. Right across from Hardee's is KFC. They're doing some really good numbers. A couple doors down is Cookout. They're doing some really good numbers. There's a couple restaurants scattered in between that are doing okay numbers, but these ones are some of the bellwether awesome ones that are going on just up the street from your shop. And so I would like to take the information from how much production these shops are doing and come up with a synthetic kind of when somebody goes into your shop and they have these shops next door, the Taco Bell across the street, the Arby's next door, the KFC, the Hardee's, the Cookout, those kinds of shops up the street with the kinds of sales that they're doing in their shops. We can create a synthetic view of a brand that goes into your shop that in other markets, when they're next to these shops and those shops are doing those kinds of sales, they should be doing, they're doing these kinds of sales in other markets. And in this market, they should be doing these kinds of sales here. So I would like to create this synthetic approach of how much sales should happen in your shop based off of how much sales are happening in the shops in the neighborhood, and present it to those guys that go there and say, here you go. Here's a shop for you. I will fix it up, make it your colors, your flag, and move you in, stock the shelves, grand opening budget, whatever it takes to get them in there. I'll finance it and make it happen to get their name and their brand on that building and going forward. I just need some time to do that. And so I'm asking in my offer, and part of creating this video is I'm asking for some time to do that. I would like to present it to those guys. I work with a lot of those guys on different properties and different projects. I would like to present it to them and tell them, here's another one, let's add it on, let's do this one too. And also like to reach out to the ones that fit here statistically, and say, this belongs to you, this should be yours, here's how much sales you could do here, here's how much rent I'd like to charge you because of this, and everybody wins. And so I just need some time to make that presentation and that pitch to those guys. When they're all ready to go, then I'll come back and close with you as fast as I can and go do the fix and the color change and whatever it is they need to move forward with your property, and take it from there. So that's what I'm asking for as part of my offer. Here's the Long John Silver's. It's a couple doors over. Your shop's like here, and then it's the other generic shop, and then Long John Silver's. So Long John Silver's, I just went in my databases, and I've got, because I was working on this one in the past, looking at it, studying it, trying to figure it out. Long John Silver's, when they had this up for lease for rent, it was, it used to be Long John Silver's, and then it sat there for a while. I remember this one because it's got this like elevated drive-through on the side. Like they just piled up a bunch of dirt and put some cement on it and a rail. Don't drive off the edge. It's a unique, funny looking drive-through. I don't know how better to say it. So here, and maybe they're removing it looking at this picture. So here's one of your guys' pictures from your presentation, newer drone shots, current, like maybe a couple 2 months ago, drone shots or something. They're working on that Long John Silver's building. It's not on the market anymore. It's not listed. You can't find it anywhere, but they're doing something to it. So they probably got a tenant. I don't know who the tenant is, but they probably got someone to go for it. I don't know what kind of rents they got out of them. Maybe you guys know, but I'm sure I have their contact information, everything. If I go back to my databases, I could probably ask, but I haven't asked. And so that one's happening. And we got the street on this side coming in, and the newer builds across the street, and then you're sitting here vacant. I think that's a shame. I think a good name goes in here and it'll happen. It's just at what price. So that's what I'm asking. That's my offer. Please take a look at my offer. Again, my name is Luke Smith. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.